In this tutorial I want to talk about how I used UJam to create the background music for the songs that we were doing. Keep in mind that all we were really making were choruses. So I'm using UJam to make the background parts for the chorus, and I will do that in a couple variations to make the song interesting. Before you get started on this, the two things that you'll need are, first of all, an account on UJam, and this is at ujam.com. And the other thing that you'll need is an audio file of the song with someone either singing the melody or rapping the lyrics, depending on which type of song you're doing. So I signed into UJam, and I have one empty song slot here, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on Launch UJam Studio. And right here, since we already recorded the audio, I'm just going to click on Upload Audio File, and I'm going to browse to it. I'm going to use this one, which was Multiply Fractions, and I have 85 in the title. The reason that I did that is the beats per minute for that song, and I need that right here so that when it comes into UJam, the tempo is correct. I'm going to load that, and you can see the studio loads up with the many options for adding music to this song. Now, first thing I would do is go up to song form, and I would change it so that it had a short intro and a short ending. That was just a quick change that I would always do because I didn't want to waste time as I played this listening to a long intro. Also, notice that the song form right now has a verse 1 and this little bit here where they're putting chorus 2. Actually, what I would usually do is change both of these to either chorus 1 or chorus 2 because those seem to be most interesting with the arrangement. So I'm going to drag down a chorus 1 there, and I'm going to drag down a chorus 1 here. This will make more sense in this tutorial a little later, and probably the next tutorial where I showed how I mixed these. But in UJam I actually didn't worry too much about what the song form said these parts were, because I was going to fix that later. Okay, after I had the song form set, then I would usually pick a very simple style. I'm going to select a style, and for this particular song I know that I want electric, and I'm going to pick this chill out style. You could play each one of these and see which one you want. I'm going to use this, and to make it really easy at first I would trim out everything except the bass and the drums, and I'll show you how you do that with Edit Style. When you click on Edit Style, it shows all the possible instruments associated with that style. I'm going to leave the bass on. I'm going to turn this off. I'm not sure exactly what part of the sound that is, but I know that I just want any drums, no pad here. I'm going to turn this off. I also turn off the vocal effect because that can be distracting. So I'm going to click Change Vocal Effect, and I click off here and off. Then that'll be just the original vocal that I uploaded. Now I noticed that, as is often the case, the vocal is not lined up with the beat exactly, so I'm going to click down here on the vocal track, and it shows me here what the wave looks like, and I'm going to drag that over a little bit until that's on the beat. And this is sometimes the hardest part with UJam, just to get this lined up. So I'm going to listen to that again and see if I'm close.
We're gonna show you how to multiply fractions. Multiply.
Okay, I'm hearing that they say multiply on the second measure a little bit earlier than the beat, and that's what I'm going on right now. I'm going to try to get that just right, and then the rest should be fine.
We're gonna show you how to multiply fractions. Multiply the numerator. Multiply.
Okay, I like that. That's close enough for what I need to do. And also, just to point out at the bottom, notice here on UJam that it has added in these chords, and this is really the beauty of UJam. It figures out the chords for you based on the melody, and most of the time for a simple song like this I'm going to say it's good enough. There are times I disagree with the chord choice, and you can actually click on these chords. If I click on that D minor, for example, it brings up this chord editor, and I can change that to any variety of things. This color here indicates that it's a good match. I could change it, but for right now, especially in this example, I'm just going to leave all the chords as they are. Okay, just to look ahead at the final product, what we're going to do in the music video is this song would play twice, and I probably want the music to change in some way when it plays twice. Right now I have on the edit style, I only have the drums and the bass. I know from doing this before that I want to add in the house claps because I just liked that as an extra beat, so I'm going to throw that in. Notice that you can add really any sounds from UJam in any style, and you can play around with that a little bit, but keep it simple because you don't want to take forever experimenting with all these different sounds. But just to give you an idea what this sounds like right now.
We're gonna show you how to multiply fractions. Multiply.
Okay, I like that mix with the bass, drums, and the claps. Now one thing I'm going to do is turn this mix down. This is the mix of the vocals and the music. I'm just going to completely remove the vocals that the girls sang. I put it down to -5, and that's because I want this to just be the music. So let's listen to it again. So now I've got just bass and the percussion. And I'm going to save that, so I click on Save and Share, and I click Download MP3. It will convert that to an MP3 file, and then it'll allow me to save that on my computer, and I would call this Multiply Fractions, Bass and Drums. So I just named that something that I'll remember, and I save that file. Then I'm going to close that. And again, I know this from experience what I want in here. I want the piano. I go to Players, and I'm just going to pick Real Piano Left Hand. I just want a little bit of piano added into this track. So as you can hear, it is the same track as before with the bass and the percussion, but then it adds that piano in. So I'm going to save that as well, just like before. I'm going to download the MP3. It mixes this down with the piano, and save that. So now I have 3 audio files. I have the girls as they sing it, I have the basic track with bass and percussion, and then I have that full arrangement with the bass, percussion, and piano. I will put all of those together in a later tutorial. If you want to save the project as you're going along, it's probably not a bad idea. I noticed, especially when I was using a PC, that this would freeze up sometimes. So again, I'm in the Save and Share. I could call this Multiply Fractions, and when I click Save, it gives me 2 options. I could save this in UJam. When I save it in UJam, it takes up those song slots. You notice I only had 1 song slot when I came into UJam. I could save it there, but it also allows you to save it in Google Drive. So if you're doing a lot of songs, you're probably going to want to do it in Google Drive, and also you could share this with other people through Google Drive. I haven't done that, but apparently you can work on songs collaboratively that way. For right now, I'm just going to save it in UJam. In the next tutorial, I'll show how I mix those together in GarageBand.